Well, good morning. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. All right, folks, last Friday I did a video regarding questions that I frequently get asked. At that time, I suggested if you guys had any questions additionally to send them to me. And from that, I compiled a list of questions that not only did I miss in the first bunch, but questions I had offered to answer in future videos and never answered. So in this video, we're going to try to answer some more questions for you guys in this part 2 video. Your questions and answers, part 2. Here we go. Hey, Trucker Todd here, and today's video is sponsored by the fine folks at Mudflap. If you're not familiar with the Mudflap app, they offer you ways to save money on fuel. And if you click the link in my description below, you'll receive $10 off the first time you use their app to fill up if you do it within the first 5 days. So why not give them a shot? You could save 20, 30, even 50 cents or more per gallon on diesel. And you don't have to be a truck driver to use it. If you use diesel, you can use this app. So look down in the description below for the link to receive that savings for being a viewer of this channel. Alright, let's jump right into the regularly scheduled video.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round, for my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. This is why I do this.
Okay, folks, we've got a lot of questions to get to in this video if we want to keep it under 15 minutes. And so we're going to do this part real quick. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Share it on your social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe. You guys have got me over 700 now, and I really appreciate that. So what you do is right below this video, click subscribe. A few seconds later, a bell will pop up. Hit that bell. Then it'll say all. Select all. It's free to do, and you will be notified when future videos comes out, and it helps the channel. Speaking of social media, we've got my Facebook, we've got my Instagram, we've got my email listed down below in the description. If you're not signed up for those things, you really need to. We put content there sometimes that doesn't make it to the YouTube channel. Okay, also, you guys know that I love it here at Dart Transit. If you guys would like more information about working at Dart Transit, my recruiter's information is down in the description below. Give her a call, tell her you've been watching Trucker Todd, and give her my driver number of 58180. If you happen to miss her, get somebody else, give them my driver number also of 58180. All right, as I said, let's jump into the questions. So, question number 1. This is one of those questions I meant to answer and never circled around to it. The dispatcher situation. Had a little issue with my dispatcher, or they call him a fleet manager here. I requested a new fleet manager, and I ended up getting the one back that I used to have that I asked for. Now, the explanation I wanted to do about this, the reason that I didn't immediately comment on it is I wanted to make sure there wasn't any repercussions that, you know, they didn't switch me back but go, well, now we're going to blackball him. There's been no repercussions. I've gone back to her, and it's like we never missed a beat. We're right back in our groove. There's no problems there. Question number 2. Do companies cater to me just because I'm Trucker Todd? Honestly, yes and no. I don't know that they really do, but what the channel has given me is a platform, and it's also given me access to people higher up the chain of command than what I would normally have. So, for example, let me see if I can explain it this way. Had I had this issue and I wasn't Trucker Todd, I wouldn't have known who to call. It would have went up to the fleet manager's boss. He would have said, no, you can't have a new fleet manager. And that would have probably been the end of it. I was able to speak with his boss and his boss's boss. So I was able to go several rungs up the ladder. And so for that, yes, the channel helps. But these companies don't cater to me just because, oh, he's got a YouTube channel. Now, they do watch my videos. The previous company I worked at watched my videos. And it doesn't hurt, but I like to be treated like a normal driver. I consider that the nuclear option, and I don't enjoy going far up the ladder to the higher forms of chain of command. I prefer to handle it on the lower levels if at all possible. I pride myself on being a great negotiator and a great communicator, and so I hate when it gets to the point where I feel like I've got to go higher up. Okay, let's talk about some other things. What kind of tires do I like? I currently run Michelin steer tires, and I'll get Michelin drive tires when I need them. I still have the drive tires that Dart had on here when I got the truck, and they're okay. They're recaps, but I like regular virgin rubber, and so I'll probably go to the Michelins once these tires wear out. Also, we had some guys wanting more detailed information. Well, Todd, you've said you're a Christian in other videos. What Christian bands do you like? My favorite Christian band is Casting Crowns. My overall favorite country singers in the new modern era would probably be Brad Paisley and Cole Swindell. Although I don't listen to a whole lot of country right now because most of it is not country. It's kind of pop music with a little bit of hip-hop beat, in my opinion. Let's see, what else? The next thing we probably want to cover is, what do I watch on YouTube? Well, you guys have known that I've said a while back that I wanted to take a cruise. And so I watch a lot of travel channels about countries around the world, places I'd like to go, things like that. I watch very little trucking stuff because I'm just immersed in it. Between the emails and the phone calls and just being a truck driver in general, I try to step away from it. As far as satellite radio, I'll occasionally listen to the Road Dog, but not a whole lot. I'll occasionally listen to the news channels. If I'm sleepy, I'll listen to HLN because in the evenings they'll do the murder shows, and that'll kind of keep you awake while you're driving. Why don't I listen to more news? Well, right now I feel like both sides are trying to manipulate. Donald Trump, whether you love him or hate him, scared both parties because it was somebody they couldn't control, and it was somebody out of the mainstream. And so I believe that the current reason they're trying to keep us all divided and pit this race against that race or this political party against that political party is just divided you're easier to conquer. You know, if we could, I heard a guy say the other day when I was at the barbershop, we were discussing this, if we could do away with the two-party system and just everybody think as individuals, we'd be a lot better off. But it'll never happen because you can't turn on the news without being manipulated one way or the other. And I think that's why there's a lot of the problems that we have right now. We find ourselves in whatever party you're in, defending things that we might not normally defend just because it's their team against our team. And so that's why politics have kind of turned me off. As far as on my phone what I watch, you guys know I've got a TV and an Xbox in here. I have an app called Droid TV. You have to sideload it on your phone. and it records without commercials your favorite TV shows onto your phone, and then you just watch them later on. The problem is right now, this time of year, there's not a lot of new shows coming out. A lot of them are on break, and so there's not a lot of stuff downloading right now. I hadn't had anything in a few weeks. I also have AT&T TV. Now that's different than AT&T Direct TV, and I think those guys really should simplify things a little bit. It's got 10 hours worth of DVR on it, and for $5 more I can increase it to unlimited. They did just send me an email too. They've got a $5 add-on that has more movie channels, but honestly, I work so much I don't really have a lot of time for that. I rarely get to watch it, and so I keep it for, my dad watches baseball on it, and if my wife wants to watch something on it, we do, or if I'm there and we want to watch something together, we do. But that's the main purpose for that. All right, folks, let's talk about some other stuff. Another thing we want to talk about is the channel itself. A lot of you have asked me, or not a lot of you, I've had a couple of people ask me if I'm going to do any drone footage, if I'm going to start doing more polished videos. My brother, who's a genius, a really smart guy, runs a couple of companies, suggested maybe I do 3 camera angles at the same time and switch between the camera angles similar to what a newscaster does. He also just created a logo for me. I forgot what I went blank for a second. He created a logo for me. You guys know I'm not a morning person. And he's going to make stickers for my truck, and there's going to be some bumper stickers. And he even had t-shirt options for Trucker Todd. And I told him right now the channel's not at the point where I feel like we could offer t-shirts or sell t-shirts, but as the channel grows, and right now we're adding about 3 new subscribers a day. So as the channel grows, that may be something we look at in the future. As for other things, drone shots, multiple camera angles, why do I do these videos the way that I do? Well, when I started this channel, I was watching other YouTubers talk about trucking. And really, when this channel started, I was using it to advertise cars I was selling. And all of them did this deal right here. They had a fixed position of the camera on the dash. They sit here and looked you in the eye and told you whatever they had to say. I watched guys like Trucking Answers, who I still think's a great guy. We disagree on a few things, but for the most part, he has pretty good content. I watched Trucker Coach in the beginning, Trucker's Coach, and there's a lot I don't really agree with on him, but his channel's super successful. I watched Redbeard and some of those, Blackbeard, and so there's a lot of people that they were all doing this style of video, and even another YouTuber that I watch currently does these type of videos, rhodescollar, and so I'm nervous to switch from what I know works, where we're getting 3 subscribers a day, to something that I don't know. And you guys know I don't make any money off of this YouTube channel. I do it basically for fun, number one, and then it is fun to do. And number 2, to help people. And those are the 2 main things that I do it for. I do get some referrals off of it, and so I'm not going to say there's no monetary gain from it, but at this point I don't know that it justifies upgrading cameras or buying drones, unless I wanted to get a drone for personal use too. So we may dabble in some of those things and experiment with some of those things. I've had some discussions with my brother where he's had some real good input. Like I said, he's a super smart guy with a lot of great ideas, and I'm not discounting anything he says, but I'm probably the only YouTuber in trucking that he's ever watched, and so I have to kind of weigh his great advice with what I see among my viewers and in the marketplace. So who knows what's coming in the future? You guys will just have to stay tuned and see. But I'm glad to be at 700 subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys coming along on this ride for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. We're right at the 15-minute mark. You guys send me your questions in the comments below or in the email, and who knows, we might have a part 3 to this video. You guys have a great weekend. I want to thank y'all again. Take care. Suns in my eyes. Bye-bye.